Hello and welcome to helpyourmath.com. In this video on metric conversions, we're going to look at converting from micrograms into kilograms. Micrograms are the smallest unit that we look at, and kilograms are the biggest. So we're going from the smallest to the largest. How do we convert from micrograms into kilograms? Well, first, 1 kilogram is 1 billion micrograms. That's 1 billion. That's a 1 followed by 9 zeros. To convert from micrograms into kilograms, take the given amount and divide it by 1 billion. So that's a 1 followed by 9 zeros. Dividing by 1 billion is equivalent to moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. So no matter how big this number is in micrograms, it's going to look itty bitty teeny tiny in kilograms. Let's look at some examples. How many kilograms is equivalent to 406,000 micrograms? Well, we would take 406,000 and we would divide it by 1 billion. 1 billion. 1, 2, 3. That would be taking 406,000 and moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 406,000 micrograms is 0.000406 kilograms. A really teeny tiny amount. And one thing to note here, if you use a calculator, which you should not be using for these, but if you are, you might end up with something that looks like this when you have your calculator output, 4.06 E, or sometimes there's a plus, or sometimes there's a 10, and then it would say negative 4. What that's doing is it's putting the number into scientific notation because there's not enough space on the screen for it to comfortably fit all of the digits. So sometimes it's going to put it into scientific notation. This is why we don't want to use a calculator, because 0.000406 is very different than 4.06. And sometimes students get confused and they write, oh, 4.06, cool. But that's not it. This is really just the scientific notation value of it. This is 4.06 times 10 to the negative 4th, which just says take the decimal and move it 4 places to the left. But of course, we're not going to worry about that because we're not using a calculator, right? Exactly. Okay, in our next example, how many kilograms are in 34 micrograms? So 34 micrograms, we're going to take that number and we're going to divide it by 1 billion. When we divide it by 1 billion, that means we're moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. Oh boy. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to fill in zeros in these gaps. I believe there are 7 zeros. 5, 6, 7. When we write our very teeny tiny decimal, we're always going to put that leading 0, even though it's very obvious this is a decimal. 2, 3, 3, 4 kilograms, but just customary to put that leading 0, that 0 before the decimal point. So we have point, and then we have 7 zeros, 34 kilograms. I encourage you pause the video and see how many kilograms are in each of these amounts of micrograms. In our first example, okay, this one looks reasonable. We have 12 trillion micrograms. This looks very promising. So I'm not going to write this because that's going to take me a long time. What we're going to do is we're going to take this number of micrograms, this 12 trillion, and we're going to divide it by 1 billion by moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. So this is going to be 3, 6, and 9. All right. Hey, look, we have a whole number. So 12 trillion micrograms is equivalent to 12,000 kilograms. 2 very big numbers. And last but not least, 5,002 micrograms is how many kilograms? So we would take this 5,002, we would divide it by 1 billion. 1, 2, 3. And that would mean we are moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we would be adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in between the decimal point and the 5. So we have 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5002 kilograms is equivalent to 5,002 micrograms. These have been examples of converting from micrograms into kilograms by dividing by 1 billion or moving the decimal point 9 places to the left. Thank you for stopping.